So the beginning of this match featured one of the scariest spots I have seen on a WWE show in some time, as did Michael Cole. JD McDonough goes for an Asahi moonsault, and he gets so much height on this thing, and he does it on the side of the ring where the commentators are. So there's so little room in this area. Like, there's a reason guys typically do it on the opposite side facing the entrance. So he comes down and he lands on top of Ivar, and the momentum cracks the back of his head so fast, like the velocity that he sends himself into this desk. And Michael Cole is like audibly concerned. He is screaming for someone to come check on him. And then they show the replay. I don't know why they're always so obsessed with, like, before we even know if this guy's okay, let's get that replay. And this replay, dude, I like got up off of my seat. I thought this guy might be paralyzed. The speed at which he went into this was alarming. And yet this guy just got up and continued the match. They did note, I think this was during the commercial break for the international viewers, Michael Cole noted that one of the, they did have a medical, like one of the doctors come down to examine him and was waved off by JD. And like JD continued, he did everything in the match. He didn't seem like he was out of sorts, but still, like, I mean, God, hopefully he's okay. Cause sometimes you will get through a match, and then later when there's the come down, hopefully he was okay. This was just so frightening to watch.
It was very, very concerning to listen to, especially through the voice of Michael Cole, who, I mean, he's a man.
He was very concerned because he's right there and heard it and probably saw the angle of his head hitting. Like, it was just this replay, like, to show someone this and then explain that they got up and continued, like, you just would not believe it. Like, he got so lucky that he was okay.
Yeah, he's a man. I'm speaking of Michael Cole, who has been in these scenes. I mean, we remember Jerry Lawler, that incident where he suffered a heart attack, and all you could really hear was Michael Cole asking for help. And you never want to be that person in that position where, like, you know, you want to tell everybody, hey, this isn't part of the show. Like, somebody actually go check on him. Like, we are all like feeling that sort of panic. And you know, these are moments when you're watching this thing that you often feel uneasy, you know, and not necessarily comfortable. So, I mean, you just kind of have to trust that the doctors did their appropriate checks. But throughout the rest of the match, I was certainly like feeling a certain way about I don't know whether or not I should be watching this guy continue to wrestle.
I certainly, like, just watching this, like, I understand every performer is going to believe that they're okay. Like, certainly if they had just made the call, like, I don't think anyone would have had any concern with this. Like, you just want to make sure that this, and there were like spots on his neck, like after, like, Eric did this. It was like a full Nelson into like an inverted GTS, and he just nails him in the back of the neck. But I mean, JD did, like, he did moonsaults in this. He did all of his big spots, and, like, you know, they worked like a 12-minute match afterwards. And this Asai moonsault happened like in the first 60 seconds of the match. And
yeah, we should also, at least at this point, speak about Dakota Kai. And how last week's, so the reports is that she's just heard, hasn't been confirmation that it was that drop kick from Zoe Stark, but I think everybody remarked how devastating that drop kick looked, and knowing that she could have possibly been concussed and continued to wrestle the match, you don't feel good about that, you know.
It's a great point that, again, like, she finished the match, and, you know, that is where a concussion, it's like, it's a secondary blow that is the most concerning. And sometimes in these cases, like, we just watch in a vacuum. Well, he finished the match, and, you know, for precaution, like, is this absolutely make or break? Like, maybe let's just be safe and make sure he is okay. Like, adrenaline will carry you through an incredible amount. Just hopefully this is, like, knock on wood, he was just fine from all of this. But it's a great point with Dakota Kai, who last week, like, afterward, they found out, like, you know, she's not okay.
Yeah, for me, maybe an ankle is one thing, maybe like even a torn pec is another, but when it's the neck and the head
and neck are the concerns. Yes.
If you like this video, consider joining our Patreon, the Post Wrestling Cafe. Multiple bonus podcasts every week, ad-free shows, and access to our full archive. Otherwise, a like and subscribe is much appreciated. Thank you for watching.